Hello and welcome. These are horse racing selections for Saturday, the 10th of February. I am Flat Cap Callum and I'm hoping you're all very, very well. I'm going to start with the most important news. There's been a lot in the comments and there was a bit of it again today. The mirror. So if you track back, I think it was 16th of January, I did tell you all that I had a bit of an incident, shut the car door, wing mirror, the mirror bit came off, shattered into 1,000 pieces. And since then, it's all been a bit crap on the channel, to be honest. I think I worked it out, 17 videos. We've had 5 winners in 17 videos, albeit some of them have only been in a small amount of horses. But it's sort of it's fallen off a cliff a little bit since then. So the big news is, because I hadn't actually told you all this, I've been very, very busy and I haven't actually got round to sorting out the mirror. Tomorrow, well, depending when you watch this, Saturday morning, new mirrors going on. New mirrors going on, change of results will happen. That's where we're at. I've moved the plants a little bit as well, just a bit to try and mess up with the feng shui. I've changed around the colours, you know, the Sharpie colours on the piece of papers and stuff like that. But the main thing is, new mirror is going on. 17 videos of bad luck, maybe, rather than 7 years of bad luck. So by the time the first race happens on the channel selections, the mirror's going to be on, luck is going to change. Hopefully, everybody can now breathe easy. Right, what have we got? Saturday, I mean, it's not great, is it? I mean, the Betfair hurdle's on, brilliant, cracking race, and a good field size, because there's a lot of years when it's dropped down a little bit in numbers wise, so really good field size. Just a bit of dodgy going, which is going to make it a little bit unpredictable, I think. But outside of that, I didn't like the meeting at Naas, so left that, and then I found a couple of horses at Wolverhampton. I mean, we all know how that goes. And then a trio at Newcastle. And I've actually added in, for the staking plan for Saturday, one horse on Sunday that is not priced up in most bookmakers. So I'm taking it in the Saturday plan, but SP. There's no bonus video coming on Sunday, but I have got one horse, SP, I want to take a bit of a flyer on. So it is 16.50, 2 Yankees. Both with a horse in the Betfair hurdle at Newbury. One of them's then got the Newcastle trio. One of them's got the 2 Wolverhamptons and the horse at Exeter on Sunday. So 8 horses, 7 races. That's what we've got. But nothing before 3:15 at Newbury. So nothing before the Betfair hurdle. That's the first race we've got, and we've got a horse in both legs. So I've got between now and 3:15 to get my mirror sorted. I mean, it's rubbish, wasn't it? It's absolutely rubbish. What you can do with that? Like, jokes. Nothing really got near him in Labour Land. I think was 5th. It didn't matter for anyone though. Really, Sky Bet paid out on that, but there was nothing to pay out because there was nothing with it. It was a rubbish day. I mean, context, right? For this week, we've only wagered 26 quid and we've got back about 9 or something. We're 16 down. So £16 down is not the end of the world. Only 16.50 going on Saturday. So the worst we're going to be is 33 down. But on the back of the last 3 weeks, that is not what you want to be doing, is it? So £33 minus a week, if that's the worst case scenario, standalone as a week, it's not great, but it would mean that's 4 weeks in a row of rubbish. And we're sort of starting to get in the territory of what happened last year, where we had this big old slump. Came out of it, we all came out of it, we're all smelling the roses at the end of it. But my word, it was a horrible one last year, and we're starting to go that way now. Currently, the channel stats for the 2024 year to date is minus 99. Now, we did get well into the minus 200s at one point 2023. We turned it around and we came out 800 plus in the end. Obviously, you know, long-time viewers remember the dizzy heights of 2022. I'm never going to tell you I'm here to guarantee you anything other than I'll try my best. But you know, the channel's not made money in February. I certainly have not been making any money in February. So not where we want to be. But if we can channel our positive energy around the fact we've got this new mirror going on, and I don't mean to be flippant, but do you know what? It can't all be doom and gloom, and sometimes the doom and gloom gets to you. So let's all be positive energy and remember that a replacement mirror can have a lot of magical powers, folks. All right, that's all it is. Golf, Nacho Elvira, he did bogey the last hole he played, which now put him 2 shots behind the Hastings. He was only going to be 1 shot away from the places, and I was hoping maybe he'd get a little cheeky birdie on the last hole. It was a par 5, but it's the 9th hole, but it was his last hole. But no, he got a bogey, so he was 2 shots away from the framing. But we've still got an interest, and there is only the one and only golfer is giving us an interest into the weekend. Made the cut. We'll see how we get on. So let me get into this, and then I'll mention Tipster League for Saturday, because Tipster League's it'd be interesting. There's only 4 races on ITV unless they change anything. So, bet 1, first horse in the Betfair hurdle. I'm going to go with, on paper, what is the Henderson second string. It's interesting. He's got Henderson's got 4 running in the race. There's quite a few years, you see. If you look back at the history, he doesn't even run them. So it's not a race he particularly targets. But then some years he has multiple horses in it. But I think Dolly the Great's the best one of his, and I think James Bowen's a good booking. There's not really much against the horse. It looks really progressive. It's unexposed. I think for a Henderson horse in a race like that, 22's good price. So we're going Dolly the Great. That's marginally my number 1 pick. I am going to mention a third horse to bet for hurdle just to keep an eye on for anybody, but I'm not putting the staking plan. Famous last words. 3.35 Newcastle, Lochnaver 15-2, 4.45 Newcastle Fighting Chance 25s, 7.45 Newcastle Masham Moore 8s, 20p each way Yankee, 250p win singles on that's Lochnaver and Masham Moore, and then the 2 bigger prices 50p each way singles and a 35p each way double Doddy the Great and Fighting Chance. 8-10 is the bet. So on that Betfair hurdle, Sky and Hills, both 7. Hills continuing to be a very good bookie for extra places. These things, they all kind of swings and roundabouts. They used to be really good, then they dropped off, and at the moment still Hills and 888 are offering you some good place terms. So Sky come out best, then Hills, then 888, and then basically all the rest of those bookies are all bookies paying 6 there and 3 across the board. So 365 Paddy, Betfair, Betfred, Betway. You really want to have a look on that Betfair hurdle. It'll help to get a bookie paying 6 places, which a lot are, but not everyone is. So if you can, avoid your Corals and your Ladbrokes and stuff, and your Boyle Sports that are only paying 5. So 8-10 bet 1, bet 2, 3.15 Newbury. Donica is the second horse on that one. I think it's a bit of a strange jockey booking, but I think the horse from a form point of view has run really consistently. No reason why it shouldn't run again unless it's just sort of dropped off a bit. But Donica at 22s, and then we're going at Wolves. Sums up this week really 5:30 Wolves, inclement weather 22s, followed by the 8 o'clock the Sun Tracker at 16-1. So we'll start off with some inclement weather, then we'll get a Sun Tracker, and then do you know what the wind's going to pick up by the time we get to Sunday? So this is the weather bet, folks. As you know, I try and theme the bets. I literally pick horses that I think look like they tell a story, put them together. I mean, I say that's better than closing my eyes and sticking a pin in them, which sometimes I do that. Like it's just, but doing it when it's a little story like that, it's more fun, isn't it? So 3:35 on Sunday, Exeter. It's the Pertemps qualifier. I think there might even be the last one of them. Third Wind was a horse backed on the channel, both anti-post and on the day, when it won the Pertemps at Cheltenham 2 years ago. And it's hardly been seen since. Now, it's been put in this race. It's only run once this year, and it pulled up after a very long break. So current market expectations look like it could be about 25-1. I can't see too many people going to be too keen on the horse. And I think it's worth taking a flyer because they're putting it in here with the view that if it gets in the top 4, they could run it in the Pertemps. It's not even in a market that I can see anywhere for the Pertemps because no one's really thinking about the horse. But to be fair, when it won before it, no one was really thinking about it. It's clearly a long break. It's come back. It's pulled up. So who knows what condition the horse in. This might be last chance saloon before they retire it. But the fact they brought it back after 22 months, means I think they see something with it, that they think it's worth trying. So yeah, if he can get top 4, it qualifies for the Pertemps. And if I could find a bookie giving me like 50-1 the Pertemps, I'd probably be interested in maybe having a little flyer on that. But as it is, we'll go with this, because if it finishes top 4, it's going to be it's 25 at the moment for this race. If it finishes top 4 this weekend, then it's going to be no bigger than that for the Pertemps. But yeah, we'll chance it on the prices. To be honest, anything 16s and above, I think is probably all right on that one. But yeah, we'll put the one Sunday horse in. So third win, 3.35 at Exeter on Sunday, 20p each way Yankee, and then the 50p each way singles on the 4 of them. 8.40 is the bet. Sky best, and again these extra places at some of these Wolves races, similar to Newcastle, which means Hills second best, 8.88 third best, then 3.65 and Paddy, then Betfair, Betfred, 8.40 is the bet. That is my last offering for you this week. Last chance to try and avoid 4 weeks of dross in a row. Yeah, there we go. Tipster League, as mentioned, at the moment, unless ITV do something different, the only ITV races are 4 on Newbury. So 4 in a row at Newbury. So therefore, they are the only races for the Tipster League. So if you're entering the Tipster League, new or old, please make sure it's one of the 4 races on ITV Racing at Newbury. Maximum 3 horses. I'm imagining a lot of folk are just going to try and have a punt on a 5 each way or a tenner on the nose on the Betfair hurdle and try and do it that way. Which, I didn't really like anything in the other race at Newbury. I didn't really think it was worth looking too much at. There's certainly been some interesting price movement from a couple of days ago in the Open, but I don't want to get involved in anything with the Betfair hurdle. So Betfair hurdle only at Newbury for me. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I kind of think it's one of them days where to be honest, it might make it a lot easier for me and Stephen if everyone's just punting one horse on the Betfair hurdle or splitting it between 2 on that race. So yeah, that's what you need to do. Please make sure you reply to the Tipster League comment that is on this video. So there's a comment about the Tipster League on it. If you want to enter, reply to the comment. Don't just reply generally in the video. Reply on the Tipster League comment. And yeah, I think that is it. I plan to be back on Tuesday. One minor Cheltenham Festival anti-post thing. Obviously, the Warwick meeting's already been abandoned, which we have got Matata anti-posts. Therefore, unless something else pops up that I'm not expecting, it will go straight to Cheltenham. And I did say when I did the anti-post video, I wasn't really too fussed about whether it ran at Warwick or not, to be honest. So yeah, I'm kind of fine with the fact it's not running. Hoping it just goes straight to Cheltenham and they run it at Cheltenham in the Arkle. You can still get 33s in places, and that is, I think, still a good. Well, it's not. It's still a good bet. It's the same bet it was. It's a good bet. All right. Have a lovely weekend, whatever you're doing. Let's hope this mirror sort out the mirror and sort out our fortunes, and certain individuals can stop chuntering on in the comments. By the way, still got this weird person who every day comes along and then dislikes the video with multiple accounts like 6 times, and then YouTube just then disregards them. It's a weird hobby. Like, people have weird hobbies, I tell you. Get into gardening or something. Make loads of fake accounts and dislike a load of videos 6 times that has no relevance or purpose to anyone. Find it very curious. Genuinely, it doesn't bother me. I just find it weird. Like, that's actually like someone's hobby. Like, I'm that disliked by them. There you go. Cool. All right. Well, yeah. After today, we've got 6 weeks to go for me to turn it around before I go on the channel break. So need to get this sorted, folks. All right. See you on the other side. Thank you very much. Bye bye.